everybody, if you're new here, welcome to my channel, and if not, then welcome back to another one of my videos. My name is Freyleyce, and today I have a very special recommendation video for you guys. I recently hit 1,000 subscribers on my channel, which is absolutely crazy. A little fun fact about me is I've had 3 YouTube channels from when I was like 6, maybe 8 until now, and this is the first one of mine that has reached 1,000 subscribers, so thank you guys so much for contributing to that. Little me would be like so happy right now, like we finally did it. I never stuck with any of my channels long enough for it to go this far, and before you ask me, no, they are all taken down. You will not be able to find any embarrassing old ass videos of me. But yeah, welcome to a very special recommendation video. This one is going to be a kind of part 2 to a video I did at the very beginning of my channel, and that was for alpha and possessive heroes that had toucher and I kill you vibes. But this one is gonna be not vibes, but literally just toucher and I kill you. So I've been working on this list for a while, feeling pretty solid that all of these recommendations are truly toucher and I kill you, or at least my definition of it. That definition might look a bit different for some. I read mostly dark romance, so these will be a lot of dark romance mixed in with like a few more contemporaries. I just can't read a contemporary toucher and I kill you hero after reading a dark romance hero where he literally cuts off a guy's head and murders him, and then the hero in the contemporary one and just like punches him. Like, it doesn't quite compare, you know? But in this one I will have a little bit of both to, you know, give everybody a little bit of both worlds. So yeah, before we get into this video, I really wanted to say thank you all for 1,000 subscribers. Like I said, it's really crazy. Little me would be so happy. Hopefully a recommendation video for this very loved trope will show my appreciation to you all for 1,000. Yeah, thank you so much for watching, and let's get into these recommendations. Okay, I think a lot of people could have guessed the first one. That is the Santiago Trilogy by wiltcher. This book is so fucking big. It's a bind up, but it's so big that it doesn't even fit in the camera. So this one is a cartel romance. The hero, Dante, is the boss of the Colombian cartel, and the heroine, Eve, is a criminal reporter and the daughter of an FBI agent. So she's kind of been tracking Dante for a little bit, but when Dante comes to Florida, she gets entangled in his web. He kidnaps her and he brings her to his private mansion on his private island, and their romance goes from there. This is like a very low level of toxicity, I'd say, because they just cannot stay away from each other. Eve leaves so many times just to come back so many times. They say they're done with each other so many times, but they cannot stay away. Even though this is a trilogy about the same couple, I did not find myself getting bored basically at all, just a little bit in book 2, but I loved this couple so much and their dynamic so much. It is just so awesome. Their banter and bickering, so good. And the toucher and I kill you part definitely shows throughout the book. There's one scene where his guard like touches her back and dude shoots it. So I'm trying not to give away too many spoilers here, but in order to convince you that this is truly toucher and I kill you, I'm gonna give away a few scenes, but not ones that I feel like would spoil the entire book, but just a few. So other than that scene, I believe that one happens in book 1 or 2. At the end of book 3, something happens. Eve gets taken away and he destroys the people that took her. Let's just say that. He absolutely annihilates them, and we love to see it. So yeah, I've talked about this book so many times on my channel. If you need one more final push to read it, this is your push. Dante is such an anti-hero. He's totally toucher and I kill you, and he proves it, and I just really love this book. I love this trilogy. I love this world. But yeah, I highly recommend the Santiago Trilogy by wiltcher. So the next one is Reaper by zavarelli. This one is also a mafia one, whereas the last one was cartel. This one is actually mafia. You might be a little bit like, Freya, this is book 2 in a series, you never do this. But this series consists of a lot of like standalones. While I would literally always recommend you read a series in order, this is one of those series where it's just a bunch of interconnected standalones, and I feel like if you wanted to, you could just read Reaper by zavarelli. But yeah, naturally I'd say read the whole series because it is quite good. All these books are super solid, but this one is my favorite. So this follows Ronan and Sasha. Ronan is in the mob, obviously. I'm pretty sure he's in the Irish mob. He is basically what you would call the fixer. He disappears their enemies. He does that kind of stuff, if you know what I mean. And Sasha works at the strip club that the mob owns, basically where they conduct a bunch of their business. And so this one is dual timeline and dual point of view, but the dual timeline part of this one is Ronan sees Sasha be harmed by somebody 2 years before this book takes place, and he sees it. He's like, I don't really know much in this world, but I know that ain't right. And he kills the guy. But he is like super shy. He's super tortured. And while he's always had a thing for her, other than killing somebody that attacked her, he didn't do much beyond that. And so it's pretty emotional. It's definitely a psychopath romance because Ronan, he definitely enjoys torture and killing more than the average person. And you know what? When he's defending his girl, we love to see it, okay? So yeah, their story is super sweet and like kind of dark, but Sasha and Ronan together, they are just chef's kiss. I absolutely love them. Like I said, Ronan is tortured and pretty scarred. He's also inexperienced. You know that hits every time. So yeah, Reaper by A. Zavarelli. I highly recommend it because it's definitely Toucher and I Kill You. And it might even be Toucher and I Kill You a few times over. I'm pretty sure I didn't mention a Emma Jones book in my last version of this trope, but obviously I had to recommend one, so I'm going to be recommending Sicko by Emma Jones. I was racking my mind because every one of Emma Jones' characters to me feels like Toucher and I Kill You, but I was looking for an instant where somebody touches her and he actually kills them. Like I said, Emma's heroes, they just have that energy always around them, but I was trying to think of an instance where it actually happened, and while I think in some of the other books they like lose a limb or something, I was like, this one, it truly did happen. So Sicko by Emma Jones is what I chose for this. This one is a step sibling or foster sibling romance. It is also Motorcycle Club and a kind of version of Second Chance. So it follows Royce, aka Sicko, and Jade. So Jade came to live with Royce's family when she was younger. They were raised together and they've always had a connection, but they never really got to explore it because one summer Royce just like disappears. Jade has no idea where he's gone and he just shows up 4 years later. He's an asshole and he's in a motorcycle gang and he doesn't really like her. So there's a lot of tension there when he comes back. But while Royce was gone, Jade has been through a lot. She's been forced to do a lot. I'm trying not to give away too many spoilers, but I think you kind of get what I'm saying. So Jade has obviously gone through a lot that Royce is unaware of, and so when he comes back, he wants to protect her and know what's going on, but she won't tell him, and y'all, it's so good. So yeah, obviously they get back together. There's a bunch of secrets in between there, but the one part that I wanted to highlight to showcase the Toucher and I Kill You of this is at the very end. The villain in this one kind of gets away. Like, he doesn't get put in jail. It doesn't really happen like that, but even though Royce really wants to kill him, Jade makes him promise to not kill him, and well, let's just say he doesn't keep that promise. Like 6 months later, he tracks the dude down and like tortures him, and there's a particular scene where he's torturing him that I don't think I will ever forget. It's like ingrained in my memory. I've read this book 2 times, and both times I was just like, oh yeah, it's this part, I remember this. So yeah, definitely Toucher and I Kill You. I've said this before, but Emma Jones will not be for some people. I obviously love her books. I've loved every single one of them. This one is debatably my favorite. It's definitely my favorite standalone, but it is debatably my favorite of her entire bag list. But yeah, if you're looking for a good, dark, kind of forbidden Toucher and I Kill You recommendation, this one is definitely for you. Next up is not a standalone, so I apologize in advance, but I truly think you should read this entire series. It's one of my favorite series of all time, and it's just really good. So the next one is The Annihilator by runyx. If you take all of the recommendations I've given in this video and you times them by 10, that would be this hero. We're gonna call him the Shadow Man because I don't really want to give away too much, but the Shadow Man and his girl, basically, is totally the most Toucher and I Kill You recommendation of this list. Bro, this man, let me tell you about it. So the heroine in this one, she is being trafficked into sex slavery, and she's sold multiple times by this one syndicate, and every time she gets sold to a buyer, dude comes in here and kills them. He does it 15 times until he rescues her, and even though she's been through so much, she's super broken, they fall in love. I love an emotional romance, especially if it's darker, and this one I was just like, my heart was bleeding for the couple. So yeah, obviously there's not much more to say there. It's definitely Toucher and I Kill You like a million times over, and it is super good. This one is book 5 in the Darkverse series by runyx, if I didn't say that already, and it's definitely not a standalone. There's so many hidden secrets and little Easter eggs throughout the series that gets revealed in this book, and y'all, it's so good. So once again, if you need the push to read this series, this is your push, because this last book was absolutely phenomenal, and I'm so excited for the 6th book. It comes out at the end of the year or after Halloween, I'm pretty sure. So there is your push to read the Darkverse series, if only only to get through them just to read The Annihilator by runyx. Okay, so my last recommendation for this video is going to be Corruption by Jennika. I apologize guys, this video is a little bit shorter than my usual ones. Not a lot of recommendations, just because my list of ones that I feel like are truly touch when I kill you is not extremely long, and I'm second guessing every single one. So, Corruption by Jennika. This one is another mafia romance. It's just like something about mafia men that will kill for you. So Ruin and Anastasia are childhood best friends, but obviously they're in the mafia. Ruin's father is kind of just a soldier, whereas Anastasia's father is high up there, and it's the Russian mafia, so that shit is no mercy. So they are best friends, but both of their fathers don't really approve of it, and Kostya, or Ruin, he kind of has two names, gets sent to someplace. It's a bit of spoiler, but he gets sent somewhere, and they get separated, and Anastasia is like super pissed at him. Obviously he left her, but he didn't really leave her because he's been stalking her, and when he finally sees her again, she's obviously righteously very pissed. But they do obviously have a relationship. Kostya is definitely, I hate everybody in the world but you, but they're both pretty like it's always been you. Like even while they were away, they only loved each other, they thought about each other all the time. Kostya is like absolutely obsessed with her, so much so that he goes to a bar, he overhears some guy talking shit about Anastasia, literally takes him out back and shoots him. He doesn't even know who this guy is. He just talks some shit about Anastasia and he's dead. And I don't think that that's the only time that that happens in this book. So definitely Touch Her and I Kill You. This one is a bit more of a easy read, if you know what I mean. Like you're not going to be extremely emotionally invested in the characters. It's a pretty fast-paced mafia romance, so it's not going to be like deeply ingrained into your soul, if you know what I mean. But I think a lot of people would love it. It's a pretty easy, fast-paced read, and I had a great time reading it. So everybody, that is all for today's recommendation video. I know this one was a bit quicker. I apologize. There was only like 5 recommendations in this one, but I hope you found your next great Touch Her and I Kill You hero. Going through my recommendations for this video, it made me realize that I could totally do a obsessive hero recommendation video, a possessive and protective hero recommendation video, and even maybe do a part 2 of some of those. So if you are interested in any of those, please let me know down in the comments. And while I'm not gonna like tell you to check out part 1 of this, because I do think it's a little cringy, I also have some fantastic recommendations in that one. I still stand by those recs. They are like totally Touch Her and I Kill You. Some of them on the same level as these, or maybe even higher. So thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe on your way out, and I will see you guys in my next video very soon.